Welcome to the art history presentation of This Man Would Absolutely Ruin Your Life, Portray Himself as Christ, Lead a Realism Movement. Let's find out. Our first man of the hour is ARTH. Here we see his self-portrait at 28 from 1500. It's an oil on panel painting. This man that we see would absolutely expect you to come to him. I mean, look at this fur collar robe. He's dressed as nobility. It's expensive. It's cozy. He is not leaving his library. He would absolutely read you his latest journal entry and fully expect that you be enthusiastic about your response. He would boast about his new selfie that is unlike any before it. Bonus points to him from him though, because he looks just like Jesus. He would never let you leave. And like, are you mad? I mean, look at that hair. Maybe he'll drop his hair routine and you too can have luscious locks like his. He also would absolutely remind you that he is brilliant because he is a Gemini after all. But in all seriousness, Albrecht Dürer was one of the first artists, if not the first, to paint a self-portrait front-facing. So he was facing fully forward to the viewer, which previously, before he had done that, was normally saved for the likeness of Christ. So a lot of historians have said that he was likening himself to Jesus Christ in that portrait. He kept extensive journals for himself on art, theology, etc. He did paint himself dressed pretty standardly in his self-portraits in more expensive and higher class clothing, just like the robe we saw in the last slide, as well as the self-portrait we see in color on this slide, which was his self-portrait at 22. His garments here are the garments of a higher class individual. We also see his self-portrait that he did when he was younger. He used a mirror in that one to look into to draw himself. And then we see one of his engravings, which he was pretty famous for as well, which he did create a monogram signature on his works that we do see in the previous slide in the corner there, the AD. But he would use them on his monograms or on his engravings as well when they were printed, so that he could kind of create a logo for himself. And he was called the Leonardo da Vinci of Germany. He absolutely also was really a Gemini. Our next man of the hour is Gustave Courbet. This is his self-portrait with a black dog in 1842, which is oil on canvas. Just based on what we see here and what he looks like, we know this man would absolutely take his dog to the dog park and then leave right away because there was nothing there that was inspiring to him. He would then wander over to brunch where he would expect you and would do this in hopes of you talking to him because of his dog, obviously. And then he would proceed to tell you about a new form of art that he obviously invented. He would then ghost you by getting himself exiled, but would ghost anyway because he was also a Gemini. But seriously, about Gustave Courbet, he did lead the realism movement in France, which was from the mid-1800s until the later 1800s. He also he's noted as stating that he liked to only paint what he could see, which is part of the realism movement. And in that, his works were challenged. They did challenge convention with images like the one in the corner, which is called Stonebreakers, which he depicted working class people in their everyday roles instead of aristocracy or religious iconography, etc. He painted what he saw, which was regular people working really hard, doing backbreaking work, etc., which did challenge convention in every way possible. He was also imprisoned for his role in the Paris Commune and subsequently lived in Switzerland in exile until his death in 1877. And he also actually was a Gemini. And then next we have our slide on our sources that were cited. Thank you so much.